Yo, what's good YouTube? What's good, my good people, man? We are back with yet another video, y'all. So lock in, buckle up, grab your snacks, do whatever you gotta do, cause we do got a lot of good clips to get into for today. So let's get into it. Alright, y'all, before we get into the TikTok compilations, we're gonna look at this video right here. It's reality. The first parallel universe has finally been discovered. Let's look at it.
What if we told you that you
Hold
temporarily
on. Sorry about that.
What if we told you that you temporarily live in a completely different universe than your neighbor? You might think we're crazy, but there is evidence to prove just that. Within our universe, countless variations could exist, starting right outside your front door or after your next thought. Stay tuned, because we're about to show you the scientific evidence for the existence of parallel dimensions in the multiverse. Can't we see the obvious? Many thousands of years ago, people thought the Earth was a disk and the sun and moon were points of light moving across the arc of the sky. Later, they found out that we live on a sphere and the light spots are spheres as well. Then we learned about stars, galaxies, and the vast expansion of the universe. Each time, people had to change their previously limited worldview and face new facts. Just as long, people thought the sun was absolute and would last forever. But today, we know that stars form and pass away, galaxies collide and merge, and now we must face the fact that our universe is very likely only one of many. Although we did not explicitly know of the existence of other dimensions and worlds.
So stars die? I didn't know about that, but dang, okay. I guess that's why some days you don't see the stars out.
There is evidence of their existence all over the world and in all ages of mankind. It sounds far-fetched for rationalists when people argue at the present time with the knowledge of ancient people, or refer to the existence of natural beings like fairies and elves, or even archaeological findings that cannot be explained. Traditional natural scientists further claim that ideas of the multidimensionality of our world are nonsense or simply imaginary thinking. But if we today survey the current knowledge of many disciplines of natural science with an open mind, we must acknowledge that indications of the existence of parallel worlds, other dimensions, and the multiverse are becoming drastically denser. The reason for this are specifically the findings of quantum physics. This discipline of the smallest building blocks of the universe found out that matter splits above a certain threshold into an elusive and above all predictable substance. Quanta, which are elementary building blocks of this world, take on a wave form instead of a particle form above a certain threshold. At first, this sounds even exciting to non-scientists, but physicists know that this means that everything that was previously certain, solid, and definable blurs into a potential, and this undefined potential has even more interesting properties. In fact, scientists can no longer even determine the whereabouts of these waves. It's impossible to determine whether these waves are still in our space, whether the space dissolves at this threshold, or whether the particle waves can form several realities at the same time. The many worlds theory. The idea of parallel universes dates back to 1954 when Hugh Everett III, a student at Princeton University, developed the notion that parallel universes exist that resemble and are connected to our universe. These parallel universes branch off from our universe branches off from others, and among the universes, there can be numerous connections. If your neighbor turns his back on you in the morning after greeting you kindly, and having clearly materialized in your universe, he could be temporarily living in a completely different universe through invisible thresholds. This daring theory has many fascinating but also quite practical dimensions. In parallel universes, for example, world wars could have had different outcomes. If we take this theory seriously,
This is why I really believe in parallel universes, man. I truly think that we have another world or universe just like this one, but it's a little different, you know?
it's also conceivable that species like dinosaurs still live in parallel universes. Due to the temporary overlapping of worlds and dimensions, there are occasional sightings of dinosaurs or strange creatures, such as Bigfoot. Archaeologists have found pottery showing humans with dinosaurs. In addition, objects occasionally turn up in very old rocks that were actually made in modern times. The possibility that the pyramids in Egypt were built tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of years ago in our era by a species that used them as power plants or interstellar communication towers could also be explained in this way. Theoretically, it would even be possible for two nearly identical variants of our Earth to occasionally merge, just as galaxies collide and merge into one entity.
That'd be crazy.
String theory and the many worlds theory. Many people initially doubted Everett's idea. Reality seemed too crazy, too absurd, and difficult for the human mind to grasp. But further scientific findings came to speak for these worlds. Quantum physics investigates our known world on a subatomic and thus the smallest level. Physicist Werner Heisenberg came up with the idea that we influence the behavior of quantum matter simply by observing it. Another physicist who could confirm this was Niels Bohr. Since then, science has had to acknowledge that quantum particles theoretically exist in all possible states simultaneously, and that our observation influences their behavior, forging them to choose a state at a given moment. What we experience in reality is thus dependent on our attitude, thoughts, and consciousness. Quantum physics shows us through numerous experiments that every decision and every step in this world can lead us to other realities without us noticing it in our everyday lives. Everett's approaches have long been questioned because they are incompatible with basic physical understandings of time. However, we must admit that time.
I got a question real quick. Okay, so parallel universe. We have parallel universes, so that means that there is probably another me in another universe. But which one is the real universe? You know what I'm saying? Like, which one is the accurate me? You know what I'm saying? What if the one over there is really me? Like, I don't know. Maybe. Like, what if? I don't know. Y'all get what I'm trying to say.
Time is still an elusive as well as describable dimension in physics. On a quantum level, time as well as space lose their meaning and can lead to infinite times and spaces. Up until now, physics has been challenged with uniting the knowledge of quantum mechanics in the microcosm with the macrocosm of the big phenomena. String theory can fill the gap between the two disciplines and thus describe our world as a whole. In string theory, it is assumed that the basic building blocks of matter are not point particles, but tiny vibrating filaments or strings. These strings exist in more than the familiar 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. If this were true, our world would be composed of at least 10 spatial dimensions. But what about the Big Bang? Everett's many worlds theory states that every time a decision is made or a measurement takes place, the universe splits into different branches. Each branch represents a possible outcome or reality. This means that there are infinitely many parallel universes in which every possible combination of events and decisions takes place. The fact that we could trace the universe back to the beginning, or at least we thought we could, long argued against this. Scientists stumbled upon evidence of a starting point, the Big Bang, by observing the inflation of the universe. Measurements of the cosmic background radiation revealed that the cosmos was a hot and dense soup shortly after its beginning. Before the actual bang, probably existed a quantum fluctuation, which can be described scientifically only to a limited extent. A sure beginning point speaks at first against the theories of the many worlds within a universe. Now, however, there was little real evidence for the Big Bang except for some model calculations. Researchers hoped for this from the new James Webb Space Telescope, but they were disappointed. Instead of providing evidence for the Big Bang theory, James Webb found galaxies that existed at a time when they should not have at all. Since then, it's clear that something cannot be right with the assumption of the Big Bang as the beginning of our cosmos. On the other hand, Proponents of string theory and the multiverse theory found evidence for the existence of further space dimensions in the inflation of the universe. Some of these dimensions might exist purely computationally rolled up within ours. These dimensions are so tiny that we cannot perceive them directly. You can imagine a thin tube consisting of only one line. Upon closer inspection, we see that the line is actually not straight, but has curved into an additional tiny dimension. Although the curled-up dimensions are small and hidden, other worlds may be hidden within them. The way the strings oscillate and propagate in the coiled dimensions is even supposedly recognizable from certain properties of observable matter in our universe. Nevertheless, the theories have not yet been proven. Some researchers even found indications in the Big Bang calculations that not only one, but 3 or possibly even infinitely many universes were formed at the starting point. Some of these models foresee that the other worlds are extremely different from ours. If they are tiny, or within them completely different physical regularities apply, we could never travel to them and presumably also not describe them. Other theories envisage that we are connected to and even live in a multitude of other dimensions. In the multiverse, all these possibilities exist together. There are worlds which are similar to ours in innumerable variants, as well as universes which are completely different. A dimension inside our Earth? In Antarctica, scientists measured neutrino particle streams from space. NASA's ANITA Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna used a giant balloon to measure neutrino swarms from space high in the cold, dry air of Antarctica. Suddenly, the antennas registered a stream of low-energy particles, or neutrinos, coming directly from the center of the Earth. Neutrinos can only penetrate thin forms of matter, never the entire globe. This means that high-energy particles can actually only be detected when they hit the Earth from space. The measurement suggested the existence of a parallel universe whose intersection is somewhere inside the Earth. The particle stream even allowed conclusions to be drawn that the tau neutrinos had traveled backward in time. In the universe of the origin of particles, time goes therefore backwards, or the time axis of this cosmos is mirrored against ours. Black holes, white holes. Researchers often stick with model calculations or simulations in order to elicit the universe its secrets due to the lack of direct observation possibilities. For example, Albert Einstein mathematically predicted the existence of black holes long before the first real black hole was discovered. Then, just as hypothetically, researchers concluded that black giants in other dimensions or universes might have counterparts in the shape of white holes. Model calculations reveal that white holes repel matter and light, while black holes trap matter and light. White holes hypothetically appear where ideas of time reversal in other dimensions are invoked to explain previously unexplainable phenomena in our cosmos. Our universe has truly an interesting characteristic which can be seen as a further hint for multidimensionality. Wherever an explanation appears, many new questions and variants of the cosmos arise. According to quantum physics, different expectations lead to different results and worldviews. According to quantum mechanics, a physicist can turn at one point and prove these theses in his reality by real observations. He's then rewarded with the Nobel Prize and has a stellar career. In another universe, however, the proof remains missing, or other scientists are right and clear the Nobel Prize for themselves. Do you think this evidence is meaningful? And can you imagine?
I truly believe that parallel universes exist, but he could have explained that a little better in my opinion. But he did make some good points. So, let me know how y'all feel about that now. Do y'all believe that we have parallel universes that is just like this one, or probably somewhat like it? And then that's another thing. Like, what if that parallel universe is affecting this one? And what if what we're doing in this universe is affecting the other one? You know?
Everybody talk about The Simpsons.
Crave a hamburger, be sure to watch this video. The production process might even make you lose your appetite. First, workers put purchased frozen ground meat into a grinder. They also add a certain proportion of fat to make the ground meat finer, making it taste like fresh meat chunk. Then, they pour pre-prepared ingredients and the ground meat into a mixer, along with red high-tech sauce and breadcrumbs, and mix them together evenly. The prepared meat filling is then sent to the next workshop, where it's poured into a massive container and pressed into evenly sized patties. They are then sent through a conveyor belt into a high-temperature steaming box to dry the moisture. At this point, you'll notice that the originally soft patties instantly become firm, making them much more appetizing. Next, the workers will sear them over a fierce fire to bring out a richer charred flavor. Finally, they are packaged with vegetable salad, sauce, and slices of ham on a bun, completing your favorite high-tech burger. After watching this video, would you...
Now, I think this in like China or something like that, but if you don't think FDA approved ain't taking notes, you're crazy. You feel me? They look at us like cattle product. We selling you this, we selling you that. They don't care about your health benefits, man. They don't care about your longevity. They don't care that you need real nutrients in your food. That's why you go into your local stores, they got imitation meat. This also remind me of that Beyond Beef that they be doing. And look how he try to play you. Oh, no soy, no gluten. So when you see this and you think no soy, you like, oh yeah, I'm in the dough. Don't fall for that neither, because they know we hip to the soybeans. I'm a plant-based vegan dude myself. I'm a imitation meat dude myself. But what does imitation meat mean for me? Walnuts, tomatoes, herbs and seasonings, or jackfruit, not just no soybean, pea protein. When you see that be like protein and all that, throw that shit away. And of course, I'm a miss sometimes, so I might buy some shit that's bullshit. But as soon as I realize it's bullshit, I'm not eating that shit no more. You feel me? Now, when it comes to all these packaged foods, you really ain't safe, right? But you really got to be careful of shit they try to make look like it's an imitation, because that's literally what you eating. A mock-up, lab-made.
I agree.
Look at this, y'all. A gigantic warm spot has been spotted through satellite pictures in Lake Michigan. Look how big that is. Look, first look at this right here, y'all. It looks like there is something coming out of it. Look at that. It looks like land is rising, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe the South Antarctic anomaly again, something like that. But you guys know the story or the history of Lake Michigan, right? Right? The nickname for Lake Michigan is Lake Michigan Graveyard. Did you know that there are over 10,000 boats and vessels and over 30,000 people that have been caught drowning in Lake Michigan? Did you guys know that? They called it Lake Michigan Graveyard. Not only that, but as of recently, look, Atlantis under a Michigan lake, they found a prehistoric structure in Lake Michigan, you guys. Now, they are calling it Stonehenge because they don't want to throw people off. But look, to create structures like Egyptian pyramids or British Stonehenge. The definition of Stonehenge is literally a prehistoric megalithic structure. You know what I'm saying? So that could be anything, a big rock. But what they are saying is they just found a pyramid under Lake Michigan. Now, I don't know how true this is, y'all, but take a listen to this.
Have you heard that a gigantic pyramid just popped up from nowhere under Lake Michigan, and scientists saw something terrifying inside? No way. Yo, check this out. Just last week, a bunch of researchers from Detroit decided to dive deep to explore what's under the lake. Little did they know, they were about to hit the jackpot of weird. They gear up, and as they're sinking deeper, they start hearing these bizarre noises no one's heard before, even though they've traveled around these parts loads of times. Oh, yeah. They shrugged it off and kept going. But then, bam, out of the blue, they spot this massive structure chilling in the distance. So the crew hops out for a closer look, running tests on the thing, and here's the kicker. The material itself doesn't match anything on our planet. Oh my god. It's like some alien architect swung by and left us a little souvenir. They're all freaking out because, hello, this is uncharted territory.
Now, again, I don't know how true this is because they do things behind our back and they don't tell us anything, you guys. Remember, they just leave us in the dark. But it says more confusion has been added to this long-standing mystery with the discovery of an enigmatic prehistoric structure beneath the U.S. Lake Michigan. So they're probably finding a whole bunch of things down there, and they're not telling us about anything because they want to keep us in the dark. They don't want us to know what's really happening around the world, y'all. But this right here is something to look into because there's changing happening all over our planet, and this right here is a big deal. Not just because of what Lake Michigan is known for, but what is coming out of that lake. What is coming out of that lake? This video is strictly for entertainment purposes.
That is true. So it is a warm spot in Lake Michigan. It literally be freezing over all the time. So something is up. I don't know what it is, but something going down.
People who expose the truth.
They were doing a lot of what looked like cloning with children. And if you look back at the 1901 incubators...
Coney Island. I remember this now. Yep.
They had the stuff on where they had the incubators, and they were showing all these children, and they said they were all premature, which was interesting. Every single child was premature, but they had just thousands and thousands of these children. So, you know, you sit there and wonder, well, where were all these babies being born from? Where were they coming from? And then you kind of sit there and think back, well, 1901, they could have been cloning. And then now they're saying, you know, we can maybe finally do it. But this technology's been around for a very long time.
I'd never even thought about that. And we had covered, it was one of those nights that I did a strange did you know section. And we were talking about all the incubator babies from Coney Island. They were pretty much on display. Like they were put in, you know, street level windows. It was almost like going to a puppy mill. It was incredible, and never once did cloning ever cross my mind until right now.
People who expose the truth.
That's crazy.
So for a minute now, people been sounding an alarm on this new chicken. And as you can see right here behind me, this is a zombie chicken. Why is this chicken moving? I don't want to hear muscle memory because I have never ate a piece of chicken that looked like it was in the middle of doing a rep while I'm sinking my teeth inside of it. Even the taste of chicken nowadays does not taste the same. And then all the modifications that they do in the chicken nowadays, ain't no telling what's making this chicken do this.
That is
I couldn't
disgusting.
envision myself eating a piece of chicken that's telling me, "Come here, pretty." And what makes this worse is he totally devoured 2 pieces of chicken. So just imagine how he's feeling about eating this animated chicken. Yeah, something definitely off about this chicken that we eat nowadays. But now y'all can't tell me that the chicken nowadays is totally different from when we was eating it when we was younger. The taste different, the texture different, the smell different. Everything is different about the chicken nowadays.
Yeah.
So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this animated chicken in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Like, bro, the Earth can't even capture asteroids, as they say, or as they claim asteroids be coming by and all that. To be real, bro, I done got to the point where I don't even believe asteroids are asteroid no more. My nigga, you add me, them our ancestors and shit like that flying through the sky. Them ain't just no goddamn old, they're just a rock flying through space. I don't even believe that shit no more. But if they are asteroids, how they claim, bro, the Earth can't even capture asteroids. So how the fuck can the Earth capture the moon? Earth can't capture an asteroid. Right. How you gonna catch a big ass object like the moon? Like, bro, the Earth can't even capture asteroids.
Fish warning. What fish is safe, which isn't. Unfortunately, it's getting more narrow as our waters get more polluted. But let me show you. Here we are. Smaller fish are better than big fish. Just that simple. Law of biological concentration. The bigger the fish, the more fish they ate that had more mercury, and it bioaccumulates. Smaller fish, better. Sardines, the cleanest fish. Herrings, very clean. But let's talk about some of the medium fish. Swordfish is not medium. That's large. We want to stay away from it. A Chilean sea bass, typically a very clean fish. King salmon, clean fish. Salmon, but we don't want farm fish. Salmon is often farmed, so stay away from Atlantic anything. Not good. Typically it's farmed. So you want the wild king salmon or the wild salmon or fresh caught salmon. That's the key with really any fish. We don't want farmed fish ever. Cod is okay, but again, I'm cautious of Atlantic cod. And then here's another tip. Cold waters are better than warm. And there's exceptions. Some of the Florida fish like mahi-mahi, amberjack, those are cleaner fish. Shrimp actually test clean. This section right here. I'm not a fan of bottom dwellers. Typically they hold more heavy metals. Lobster, you can put lobster in a bucket of battery acid. Yeah, and the battery acid's gone. It's absorbed. They're filters. Stick to the small fish, stick to the cold water, stick to Pacific fish, stay away from farm fish. There's the tip. fish warning. What fish is safe?
I feel like all the fishes is jacked up though. You know?
Your body is a prison. The real matrix is your consciousness being stuck in third-dimensional awareness, the physical body. Every religion teaches that this world is the false world and there is a heaven or another base reality. But heaven is not what you think. You're made out of cells, a prison cell, and your ribcage is a cage. This is why the Bible says, do not love this world nor the things it offers you. Your mind operates outside of this physical plane without time, space, and matter and no limitations. Material addiction and emotions is what ties you to the physical plane. Sin means sine, which is time, the sine wave of time. Negative emotions such as hate, fear, and jealousy only exist in a world of time. Therefore, love, contentment, and joy can exist without time. Therefore, your emotions is what takes you away from God, which is your higher self, your higher mind, your pure consciousness, which exists outside of this physical body. This is why you call it my body. This is mine. It's a possession. It's not you. You are the I am. There is another plane beyond the physical plane called the astral plane, and this is where the realm of imagination or spirits are, and you can enter this through astral projection. Heaven is the higher astral realms where your mind can operate without limitation. Your body is a prison.
You make sense. I'm not gonna lie. Even when you dream, like that is you wanna go to heaven. That's heaven right there, man. You able to control your like. Think about people that can control their dreams. You're like, you know how powerful you are at that state. Really being able to control your dreams. That's crazy that we can even do that, right? Like that's like a whole nother realm, you know? Like that would be heaven right there, in my opinion, you know? Just being able to create, you know how like your dreams are just change, like you know, when you, whatever, like you're lucid dreaming, right? So yeah, I agree. Hope y'all get what I'm trying to say, but if not, man, hey, you entitled to your own thing.
Hey TikTok, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Hey guys, the gentleman says the mountains exploded. He didn't say that was an active volcano. He said there was a big explosions and the mountains just exploded. Check it out, y'all. Tell me what you think. I think it's definitely something going on. They're having dreams about something. Hey, TikTok.
That's crazy. The mountain exploded. I don't know.
I don't know if people believe in demons or zombies, but did you hear about what happened in Las Vegas last night? Las Vegas suspect allegedly unalived man and ate his eyeballs at the bus stop. Another article said he unalived them and ate his entire face. Every time I hear stories like this, I think about this demon face syndrome they told us about. But they quick to say that demon face syndrome is a mental issue. Well, you have to have mental issues to eat someone's eyeballs. The media programmed us to believe demons are these things with these big ass devil horns on their head. No, demons are walking in human flesh. A lot of people you see every day really demon. If you step back and look at the world, you will see that it's so chaotic and negative because it's demons. What happened in Las Vegas was some Hollywood horror movie type of shit. When zombies are walking down the street eating human flesh. What in your right mind will make you eat a person's face, then eat his eyeballs? The media probably gonna say he was under some kind of influence with some kind of chemicals he drunk or some kind of chemicals he smoked, but that's not true. People don't do shit like this. Only demons do. Keep telling people everything's about to be exposed in 2024. We about to know that these demons are really walking with us and they are living in human flesh. That's why you are never supposed to touch people you don't know, hug people you don't know, or take gifts from people you don't know because you could be dealing with a demon. Yes, these demons look exactly like us. They talk like us. They eat with us. They do everything. They have to live amongst us. This is the only way they can watch us, stalk us, steal our energy. They have to make us believe that they are one of us. I don't know if people believe in demons or zombies.
That's the closest thing to a demon, right? That's a zombie. Cause how you just gonna eat somebody's face off like that, dude? Zombie. You're a zombie.
You can't make a movie without an agenda. You can't make a song without an agenda. You can't put together an event without agenda. There's no organization. There's nothing that's ever been successfully carried out without an agenda. The government has agenda. Politics, whose side are you on? What side and what are you participating in? A lot of times unknowingly. And this is where I feel like most of the world are victims of their own ignorance because they don't know that they're carrying out an agenda, right? For me, I believe that we're mutated into something else now because we're not comfortable with who we truly are. We are this place of insecurity in society. We don't just look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm comfortable with the way I look. I don't want to change nothing. You know what I mean? Now we got artificial intelligence, you got filters, you got all these different things to where the world is no longer natural, right? So you can't say in a time where we're going through the most extreme side effects of reality, you know, that this is normal and this is healthy. We're in the highest level of mental illness to ever exist in society. We have the highest level of technology, but the highest lack of spirituality. You can't make a movie without it.
That's so true. Shout out to 19 Keys.
What rapper do you feel kids should look up to today?
A rapper that kids should look up to today? I mean, none of them. I mean, really. And that's not even like the drugs and alcohol. I think that part of rapping's okay. Like, I actually used to like the rappers that would sip lean. But now you have guys like Travis Scott who's just killing people at his concert and doing satanic rituals. I'm not even kidding. I mean, you saw that at Travis Scott's concert. They got voodoo bodies. You're walking into a temple of doom, and then all of a sudden 15 girls get trampled, and Travis Scott's still singing. So yeah, I mean, I think most of these rappers, these modern day rappers, and they're all worshiping Satan and probably drinking the blood of children with Jeffrey Epstein.
Do you feel like these concerts be rituals? Like I've seen some demonic type situations at the concerts, and I see people in trances, and I'm like, what is this?
Dude, it's all a game. I mean, listen, and especially the black community. That's why Dave Chappelle, he said that he ran away from his contract because they tried to put him in a dress. There's something about like these record deals, and my favorite, everybody loved Cash Money Records. I mean, anybody that didn't like Cash Money Records wasn't listening.
Bling bling, yes.
But if you go back and you literally look up, it was on, I think it was 106 in Park, but you can see Birdman kissing Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
That's a famous video, very famous video.
Yeah.
And you know, he would say, oh, he's like my dad. But then there's other accusations, and Birdman's probably gonna come try to kill me. And let's be real, actually. Let's really talk about the conspiracy. Tupac, everybody loves Tupac. But really, Tupac was in art school. He was an actor. He was doing poetry. And then all of a sudden, he was thug life, tatted on his chest. He was a gangster, and he went to jail. Just saying, there's always something goofy about these guys. I hate to say it. Drake is a perfect example. Now he's the hottest rapper in the world. But he was the crippled guy in Degrassi. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just there's always something weird that they pick and choose these people to be the next celebrity. And
what rapper do you feel kids should look up to today?
A rapper that
Logan Paul and KSI seem to be in real big trouble, you guys. So they released this drink called Prime. Now, Prime is specifically tailored for children because you can see how colorful it is. It has been discovered that their drinks contain parasites, or also known as morgellons. Yes, this is what you're looking at over here. And it also contains chemicals known as PFOs, or forever chemicals. Check this out, y'all.
Prime is now getting sued, and you should be seriously concerned if you had any Prime since it released. So Prime is now going through a new lawsuit after it was discovered that their drink has PFOs, which is forever chemicals. But what's really concerning is the fact that the lawyer who tested their drink is claiming it has 3 times the amount of forever chemicals a human can safely have in their lifetime. And the lawsuit is claiming they found these forever chemicals in the grape-flavored Prime drink. However, also seems like other flavors might also have these chemicals because other Prime flavors are being tested. And we're going to find out after the lawsuit is approved. One lawyer on TikTok actually spoke about this and said he had a 10-year-old and his mother talk to him about how her son got leukemia after drinking Prime. Now knowing that Prime contains these chemicals, it's very much likely because of it. These chemicals are known to cause cancers and deteriorate your health since they're forever chemicals and your body can't get rid of them. Prime has 3 times the amount of these chemicals a person should have in their lifetime, which is insanely concerning, and all we can do is hope that Prime doesn't contain any of these chemicals, which might be unlikely. So if you still drink Prime or have any, make sure you dispose of all of it until we find out what's going on with Logan's drink.
Again, these drinks are tailored specifically towards children because they're very colorful, and not to mention the demographic of people who listen to Logan Paul. So literally everybody is in on keeping the food and the drinks at a low vibration rate, so it messes with us physically and spiritually. You guys see them going after the children in more than one ways. Y'all see that, right? So this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting time. And truth be told, the more colorful something that looks, the more you should stay away from it, unless it's fruit. Let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift.
I don't even know why people try to drink energy drinks anyway. Like, you can just get that from the sun and drink, you know, juice your fruit. That's all you gotta do.
Something weird was found at this Airbnb this lady was staying at. She was going through all the rooms and then she found this door that led down to a completely creepy dark basement, but this was not in the Airbnb listing at all. There was no notice of it, no photos, anything, but it gets weird, okay? She goes down here into this basement area and there's just a storage room, right? There's a laundry room, fridge. None of this is weird. This is kind of like where they do their cleanup and stuff for the Airbnbs. Right. But this next part is a little freaky, and I don't know about you guys, there's lots of weird stuff happening with Airbnbs these days. She goes into this room right here. It's really dark, so she has to turn on her phone flashlight. And there's just some weird stuff laying around, and then you're gonna notice that in the corner of this room there is a mattress that is just sitting down here in the very corner of this, and then that is a locked door. It has a keypad on it that goes into another room that is under the main bedroom where she's staying. What the heck? Something weird was found at this area.
I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all don't watch TV nowadays. Like, who really watch TV? We got YouTube, you know what I'm saying?
The reason you should never sleep with TVs in your room is a portal. The reason why you should always turn your cell phone over is a portal. The reason why you should cover the mirrors in your bedroom is a portal. The reason why they want TVs, cell phones, and mirrors in your bedroom is because they can watch you travel through the astral world. If they can watch you in the astral world, they can predict your future. Mirrors are extremely powerful. Did you know if you mirror gaze, you can see your past life? All you have to do is go stare in the mirror for about 10 seconds and your whole body will change. Yes, we are shapeshifters. If you mirror gaze, you will see who you was in your past life. Not only that, you will be able to see different spirits. Remember, the spirit world is behind us. If you look into the mirror, you can see what's going on in the spirit world. But please have high vibrational energy before you mirror gaze, because you might let something in. Remember, it's a portal. You ever wonder why these celebrities see demons when they have mirrors in their house? That's because vanity and vain are really demonic spirits. So if you are so obsessed with the way you look, when you stargaze, a spirit is going to try to steal that energy from you. So please use your energy for the right reasons. We are going into the new earth, so things are about to change. Look at the world. Can't you see it? That's why we having all these weird-ass storms. You think this is happening for no reason? Remember, we are all connected through the breath of life. The reason why I live forever is because of you. The reason why you live forever is because of me. When you exhale, I am inhaling your breath. When I exhale, you are inhaling my breath. The spirit lives forever. The spirit world is connected with water. Water is the greatest mirror on this planet. That's why they say never sleep with water in your bedroom when you're about to go to sleep if you have low vibration. For some people, time is going fast. For others, time is going slow. But some people say it feel like time is not moving at all. That's because we are in a great pole shift right now. Everything is a reflection of the spiritual world, and we are in the spiritual world. The reason you should never sleep with TVs.
That is so true about the mirrors, though. Mirrors is definitely portals, man. For real.
So all of this in front of us, this was all covered with that lake. We call it Hopi Lake. And it comes up to a natural dam up here. Yeah. At this point you're talking about. And that's where at some point, for some reason, it breached. It just gave way, or maybe an earthquake or something. Just overtopping of a natural earth dam can create spillway erosion. When spillover erosion occurs on a natural dam, it erodes rapidly. Where do you think this is occurring in terms of the flood? I like to think of it as post-flood. The rock is already hardened The monocline has already been flexed, the upwarp has occurred, the rocks are hardened, and then the overtopping and spillway erosion of the solid rock. So this could be 100 years, hundreds of years after the floods, possibly. This is the kind of thing that you see when massive water just floods and it just evacuates all of that material. And thinking about breach dams and the notching of the plateau by spillover, that is the latest geologic rage in thinking. The old way of thinking about Grand Canyon is, oh, it was eroded over millions of years. No. That's becoming unpopular among geologists. In fact, as I talk to geologists, very few geologists are defending that way of thinking.
If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. They exposed the Illuminati parties.
Do not let this scene at house party go over your head. They're trying to tell you something. Check these clips out.
Man, okay. Thank you. That's the first ritual. Take a sip to show solidarity. What kind of wine is this? Look a little different. It's not wine. It's blood. What? Drink it. Or you pour a cover. Oh, hell no. Drink that shit. Nigga, rank you. Come on. Come on. It's real funny. It's real funny. It's real funny.
Dignified and esteemed ladies and gentlemen, gather round and honor our beloved guest, Ms. Dolly Parton, will be performing a psychedelic. Very much enjoy the night.
Oh, shit, man. Ain't that kid in play? Hey, God bless you, man. Yo, what? Y'all tripping, man.
Intruder!
Are you not entertained? Are you motherfuckers not entertained?
Do not let this scene at house party go over your head. They're trying to
Check that movie out, man. They exposed some stuff in there. It's called House Party.
When it comes to paranormal and cryptid videos, the most high quality and authentic looking footage we get is typically from dash cams and security cameras. Even though no one can say for sure that these videos are real, at the very least, we know that these cameras weren't set up for the sole purpose of faking a paranormal or cryptid sighting. A great example of this comes from a trucker's dash cam where he caught something that apparently heavily disturbed him. I want you to check it out real quick.
You can go meet up with him and see if she can get him to confess. And it's a tough decision, I'm sure, but Amy ultimately agrees. She wears the white.
If you look closely, you can see that there appears to be a figure dressed in all white walking through the middle of the highway. What's strange is that only a day after this video was posted, there was an accident in the same area. And according to reports, the people involved in the accident swerved out of control because they saw a lady in all white walking through the highway. Now you may be thinking that this is just some unstable pedestrian randomly walking through highways, but when police checked the security footage, although they did see the car swerve and crash, they did not see anyone in the road. These strange series of events have led many to believe that something supernatural was caught on video that night. Now obviously I can't confirm what was seen that night, but I do have another example of something strange caught on security footage where a man appears to shapeshift. I want you to check it out and let me know what you think. When it comes to paranormal and cryptid videos,
yeah, that was some strange activity right there.
The workers knew something was off. But Dean says many of the workers...
Every time a whistleblower come out and blow the whistle, they end up unalive. What's going on? What's my thoughts on these whistleblowers? I don't think they're here to help the people. I think they signed some kind of contract and they mad that they can't get out. How else can you blow the whistle on all these top secrets if you never signed contracts with the people that's enslaving us? Every time one of these whistleblowers come out and try to expose some secrets, I just laugh because only referees blow whistles. So if you coming out blowing a whistle, you are telling the people it's just a fucking game. The first whistleblower who tried to expose the 757 flight is unalive. He was found unalive yesterday. Yesterday was May 1st, which is May Day. So the first whistleblower of 757 is unalive on May Day. May Day. May Day. Do you get it? Everything is a script in the Matrix. If they put something out there in the media, trust and believe it was documented before it was put out. Know how these Hollywood stars, they gotta read scripts and take on fake characters? This shit happen in the media all the time. All these whistleblowers are a part of the same system that's trying to enslave us. Anytime when these whistleblowers come out, we say, shit, we finally have someone on our side. They're not on your side. Remember, these whistleblowers got this information because they was hanging out with the enemy. Then all of a sudden, they want to stop hanging with the enemy. Now they're unalive. Nah, it don't work like that. This thing we call life is a big ass Hollywood movie and we are being fooled all the time. I never trust these whistleblowers. These conspiracy theorists that make videos like this actually fucked it up for the spiritual people because a theory is not a fact. Anytime you try to speak some facts about stuff like this, they say you're a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm a spiritual teacher. I just didn't start this. I've been doing this for 15 years. It's a difference between spiritual teachers and conspiracy theorists. These whistleblowers are for the enemy. They're not for us. Why every time a whistleblower come out and blow the whistle?
Check this out, you guys. Hollow Earth may be a real thing. Scientists have discovered a massive ocean, a huge, extensive reservoir that's 3 times the size of all the oceans on the planet put together. They have determined that all the water that's on the surface of the Earth is actually coming from inside of the Earth, y'all. Check this out.
Scientists have found an ocean under the Earth's surface. A massive one at that.
Wow.
Sounds staggering, right? Let me tell you all about it. The discovery has been made some 700 kilometers deep into the Earth. The ocean lies just above the lower mantle in something called the mantle transition zone. The water is present in a rock known as ringwoodite. And do you know how big this ocean is? About 3 times the volume of all the planet's oceans combined.
Wow.
So if you take all of the Earth's oceans and triple them, that is the amount of water discovered inside the Earth. Now the question is, how does this water get there? Was it present when our planet was formed, or did it appear due to some process that happened later? Now, according to the findings presented in a 2014 scientific paper, the water cycle extends deep into the Earth's interior. Scientists believe the oceanic crust slides under adjoining plates of crust and sinks into the mantle, carrying water with it. They have now concluded that there is a mantle transition zone that acts as a large reservoir of water. That is because the minerals in this zone have a high water storage capacity. Consider ringwoodite. The rock in which the ocean has been found, it has a crystal structure that attracts hydrogen. It is basically like a sponge which soaks up water. Researchers also studied earthquakes to make this discovery. They deployed an extensive network of 2,000 seismographs across the US and scrutinized seismic waves emitted by over 500 earthquakes. You see these waves traveling through Earth's inner layers experience deceleration when passing through damp rock, and this indicated that there is indeed an extensive water reservoir inside planet Earth. Now that the ocean has been unearthed, it challenges our understanding of the source of Earth's water. All this while we thought water circulated between the atmosphere, surface water bodies and the underground water table. But we never knew that it was present deep inside the Earth as well. How does it affect the cycling of water? Do we need to redraw the water cycles in our textbooks? The scientific endeavor behind this revelation was led by Stephen Jacobson, a researcher at Northwestern University. He now asserts that there is significant evidence supporting that Earth's water originated internally.
Crazy, huh? Or not crazy. As above, so below. As within, so without. Everything comes from within, right? Yeah, this is how you look in the physical, but what's inside of you internally? What's working inside of you internally? You have billions of beings inside of you working internally.
Right.
Wouldn't that be the same case for the Earth as well? So, does this also prove Atlantis and mermaids and Hollow Earth, right? Wouldn't there people be living inside of the earth? Because water is life. That's civilization. Again, the age of Aquarius is bringing out all the truth, y'all. All the truth to the surface. What do you guys think about this video? This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting times. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift.
That is dope, man. I feel like we're gonna be seeing a lot more stranger things happen too.
You know, they revealed Jesus was black. Buddha was black too. Look, that's a brother. That's one of the original Sandman Chinese tribes right there. A brother. Check the video out. Hey, monk mode, monk mode for real. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it makes sense though, right? They're doing all this revealing. This is my third time making this video.
Loading. Why racism just doesn't make sense to me. You got people in Africa who are literally the descendants of Chinese people. Look at their features. They got those Chinese features, the eyes, like the face in a lot of ways. Racism doesn't make sense because we all are connected to each other in some way. Right. Prejudice, hate, all that doesn't make sense. This is the Jumosai tribe. And these guys are coming to the north side.
Wow.
Are we good? But when we was in school, we learned about all this Shanghai destiny, Moon Thai destiny, and Shang Tai, and Shaolin, and we learned about all this, right? That's why we liked all them karate movies, but that could have been some brothers fighting them dynasties on that part of the land. Then we think about the Great Wall of China, all them Tartarian buildings. Shoot, they even got pyramids buried in China, bro. What? And I bet you they got more that they don't talk about. Keep that on the hush.
They don't talk about
But
it.
like the dude said you got everybody fighting for classism, racism, suppression, power. All of this come from these families wanting control. These families want to control, bro. They run across this realm and they infiltrate the people because I believe it's a DNA infiltration. Even though there was a lot of darker pigmentation people on this planet and everybody had a certain tone, I'm not going to say that there wasn't no pale skin. You can't be like, oh, the white man came. That's too simple, bro. It had to be through genetics. It had to be through it was something spiritual, bro. It was something spiritual that happened within people to make them fall, because even when them prisoners got sent to America to take over the indigenous in Americas, in the West Indies, us, you feel me? I don't think that was from like, oh, we just hate black people. No, bro. It's not that. It was never that. It was because they were prisoners and criminals literally sent here as punishment, transportation. Get on that boat, find a new life in a new land. So they pissed when they get here. Pissed. Fighting for these royal families. The same thing that happened in China. If they wiped them indigenous out, we don't know how much wiping out they did across the world. All we know is what we know in America. And that's why we with Aang and Avatar, bro. Because that was ancient mysteries right in our face. That's why I connected with us and resonated with. Sometimes, bro, I watch Avatar episodes when I was young, and I like shed a tear. I'll be like, damn, this shit deep. You know? That sentimental value. It's a part of our culture, right? And another thing is, they don't never show you these pics ever growing up. Ever. Why? And it's like, you don't even find these pics. And it's crazy because I found this off a quick Google search. But at the same time, if you go in the library, you probably wouldn't even be able to find this in America. You go to China, it's probably right in the library. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie. If you go to the right library in America, you'll probably find it. So even on the internet, this shit popping up quick. So it's out there for you to see. It's just only if you want to gain that type of intellect or that perspective.
Right.
In America, they allow you to practice cognitive dissonance because capitalism. So it's about the bag. You hear millionaires talk about it all the time. We don't have no skin color at this level. And you could say that like, oh, they don't care about us at the bottom. They don't care. Or they don't care about their people. They sellouts. But it's just they're at a, I'm not going to say they're at a higher frequency, but they're at a different frequency of where that shit don't matter. And it really don't. When you look somebody in their eyes and talk to them and attest to their character, what skin the color they is, that has nothing to do with it. You're just a shitty person. You know? Like, no, they revealed Jesus.
If you're playing basketball and you're shooting, okay, and you say, oh, that didn't go in, oh my gosh, well, you know, the rim, they should maybe make the rim a little bigger, I could score more often. Do you realize 2 basketballs can fit exactly side by side through the opening of a basketball hoop?
Really?
Yes.
I guess that makes sense.
2 basketballs.
Yeah. Tough squeeze.
Now, it's not a cosmically mind-blowing moment, but that gives you perspective next time you watch a basketball game. It's how these guys can fly from the from the foul line in an airborne slam dunk and not miss, because the area of this opening is 4 times, you do the math, it's 4 times as large as the ball itself. Not that that's easy to accomplish, but knowing this, you realize how much easier it is to score than you might have otherwise thought. If you're playing basketball.
All right, y'all, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You already know we're going to keep these videos coming at each and every day. In peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.